On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Central European University, and as Provost and Academic Pro-Rector of the University, it is my privilege to convene this 21st commencement ceremony of Central European University. Please be seated. Today, as ever, we celebrate both an end and a beginning. In this academic year, more than 600 students are graduating with bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. Each one of these degrees represents a story of commitment, perseverance, dedication, and achievement. I would like to extend a special welcome to our Open Society Prize recipient, Mr. Aryeh Neier, President of the Open Society Foundations. We are also honored by the presence of our commencement speaker today, Mr. Bernard Kouchner, humanitarian, co-founder of Doctors Without Borders and Doctors of the World, and former Minister of Foreign Affairs and European Affairs of France. Please note that the commencement speech will be delivered before the conferral of degrees. I would also like to thank the faculty and staff of Central European University, whose hard work throughout the past academic year has made this day possible. Finally, we give a very warm welcome to the families and friends of today's graduating students, and we thank them for their contribution to their success. You deserve to be very proud. Honored guests, graduates, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, our ceremony begins with some words from the President and Rector of Central European University, John Shattuck.
Thank you, Kati, and thank all of you, and congratulations to all of our graduates soon to be. As I look out at all of you, I see a great tapestry of the world, a tapestry of many countries and one far-reaching idea. The idea is that students and faculty from around the world can be brought together to teach and study what makes an open society, a very important topic today. This is the idea behind our university, which today will award degrees to 613 students from 73 countries in every part of the globe. These degrees may be in different fields, but they are all based on the principles that define a CEU education: commitment to the pursuit of truth, an honest relationship with history, freedom of thought and expression, respect for the dignity, identity, and autonomy of individuals and groups, the rule of law, and a determination to resolve differences through debate, not denial. 23 years ago, these principles were at the heart of the great changes that were occurring in Central and Eastern Europe. Today, these principles are under stress from the global economic crisis, from the struggle over resources and the environment, from the erosion of democratic institutions, from new attacks on human rights, and from the seductive appeal of nationalism and authoritarianism. The very concept of open society is being challenged. But I'm pleased and proud to say that as this challenge has grown, so has our university. We have recruited outstanding students like all of you. We have an international faculty immersed in the study of society. We are a center of excellence in teaching and research, and the generosity of our founder, George Soros, and other supporters has allowed us to make ambitious plans for growth at a time when most universities are cutting back. Our academic assets have strengthened our mission. We have deep regional roots and a global perspective. We are a crossroads university, linked to the history and culture of Central and Eastern Europe, and immersed in the world through our own densely international community. We connect theory with practice. We teach and research across disciplines. We are agile and entrepreneurial in developing new cutting-edge programs like cognitive science and network science, and new areas of history and humanities like Eastern Mediterranean and Ottoman studies. How can CEUs use these assets to respond to the challenges that we all face today? Above all, by thinking critically. We live in an age of information and information overload. Facts are often less clear than opinions, analysis less understood than advocacy, fairness less apparent than prejudice. An educated person today must navigate through a world that is drowning often in propaganda. As CEU students, you have learned to think for yourselves, to sift and analyze and weigh the information that bombards you every day. You've learned to guard against attractive falsehoods, to resist easy conclusions, and to exercise your own informed judgment. And as you make your way in the digital world, you must think critically about the competing models of how society is being organized today. An authoritarian model challenges the view that democracy and human rights are necessary for society to flourish and silences outspoken and creative citizens. A majoritarian model is dangerous if it undermines the checks and balances of constitutional democracy and weakens democratic institutions. A model of unregulated financial markets causes global economic chaos and imposes hardships on the billions left behind. Another model of development emphasizes civic health and sustainability over limitless economic growth. CEU's mission is to prepare future leaders like you to live in a highly contested and rapidly changing world. It won't be easy. The good news is that you won't be alone as you begin your journey. All of you will be joining a vast network of CEU alumni, now more than 12,000 strong, who are emerging as international leaders in 117 countries. 13 years ago, CEU bestowed its highest award, the Open Society Prize, on a courageous leader of a world then in transition, the late Václav Havel. In his acceptance speech, Havel defined the meaning of open society in words that describe the CEU network that you are joining. And I quote, "An open society, that is a society of free people exercising free association, a society that does not defer to the dictate of any ideology, requires an open human being with an open mind," close quote. Now, in a few minutes, when you come to the stage to receive your degrees, you will be able to thank the university's founder, George Soros, as you enter the ranks of CEU alumni who are working each in their own way with their own talents and contributions to build a more just, sustainable, and open world. And with that, I congratulate each of you for all that you have accomplished as CEU students and for all that you will accomplish in the years ahead as CEU alumni.
It is my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, our alumni speaker. Daria Golubievska-Tatai has a background in both the humanities and business and has had an entrepreneurial business career in the emerging markets of Central and Eastern Europe. She has worked in investment banking and venture capitals in the media, telecom, and ICT sectors. At present, Daria is pursuing her academic interests as a professor and researcher at Warsaw University of Technology Business School and is an affiliate faculty member at the Center for Entrepreneurship at the University of Michigan. Her research covers creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship, and their impact on the economic and social development. She's an expert for the Lisbon Council, a Brussels-based think tank, and advises the Polish government on its research and innovation agenda. Please welcome our alumni speaker, Professor Daria Golubievska-Tatai.
Mr. Soros, dear Rector, alumni, welcome to the Alumni Network. Historic opportunities arise once in a lifetime. I graduated from the Central European University 20 years ago, and my generation was given the historic opportunity to build democracy and the free market economy. Current crisis in Europe is the historic opportunity of your generation. The time when Europe needs a model for growth beyond the short-term austerity measures, increasing productivity, building on human creativity, establishing high-growth companies, is actually the only way you can make your generation successful in the long term and build fundaments for Europe for the next generation to come. My message to you would be very simple. Be entrepreneurial, take risk, be humble when you fail, and resistant at the same time. You've taken from this university excellent value system, which is maybe more important than the knowledge and skills that you're taking to build your leadership career. And believe me, without your leadership impact, there will be no change, no difference will be made. So try to make the difference. You're not alone in this path, because today you can mass communicate to your fellows, to your alumni, to your students and faculty. Try to use this potential. Try to start social movements or revolutions or great global enterprises. Be brave, be creative. And when you make your decisions, try always to follow people who are impressive, the role models, and be grateful. I am hugely grateful to Mr. George Soros, who gave me 20 years ago this opportunity to be now part of the alumni network, of our network.
Thank you, Daria. It's my pleasure to introduce next our student speaker. Svetlana Tyulkina earned a Master of Laws degree from CEU in Comparative Constitutional Law in 2006 and continued her studies in CEU's Doctoral Laws program, from which she will graduate today with an SJD. She's currently working as a postdoctoral research fellow at the Faculty of Law at the University of New South Wales, Australia. Please welcome our student speaker, Svetlana Tyulkina.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, faculty and staff, families and friends, dear Mr. Soros. I'm very thrilled to stand here in front of all of you and to have an opportunity to greet master's and doctoral graduates, the academic mentors, families and friends, and to congratulate all students on completing the academic part of the ASCU journey. Well done. I believe this is a very special day for all of you, but let me tell you why this day is so special for me. This is actually the third time I'm attending a CEU graduation ceremony, each time as a graduating student. I've learned about CEU 10 years ago when I was accepted for the undergraduate exchange program for Russian law students, and it was the year 2003 when I attended the graduation ceremony for the first time to receive my certificate. In 2005, I was admitted to the Master's in Comparative Constitutional Law program, and in June the following year, I was attending my second ceremony. I became a CEU student again in 2007, when I was enrolled in the doctoral program at the Department of Legal Studies. And today I'm here again to be hooded to symbolize the completion of my doctoral degree and to celebrate it with my friends. Today I'm in a different situation than most of you, as I can share already some of my post-CEU experience, and I can assure you that so far I feel only happy and proud to be part of the CEU community. It feels great when you go to an international academic event and you always meet others who have ties with this institution. And it feels even better when you start your first academic job in a big university and you find out that the colleague next door is a CEU graduate too. CEU was a great school for me, and I've learned a lot here. I've learned a lot not only about constitutional law and human rights, but also, and more importantly, about courage and hard work, about mutual respect and support, about friendship and cooperation. I'm very grateful that I was given a chance, or rather chances in my case, to be here, to meet lots of new people, to make new friends, to work with extraordinary academics, to spend a few years in the beautiful Budapest, and to experience everything I've experienced in the last 10 years. I would certainly not be the same person as I am now if CEU didn't happen in my life. Today I also want to thank my family and friends who were supporting me all these years, and especially my academic mentors, who helped me to discover many new things, including my new self, and who taught me to be brave and confident. Thank you for traveling this wonderful and scenic journey with me. Dear graduates, today is your day, a day which marks the end of your CEU studies, but more importantly, it marks the beginning of something new for each of you. I just want you to keep in mind that there is plenty of work for us to do out there to make this world a bit different and hopefully better. So be brave, plan ambitiously, dream big, work hard, and smile wild to this world. And you can be sure it will smile back, and one day life will take you where you want to be. Congratulations once again, and best of luck in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Svetlana. Now, John Shattuck, President and Rector, will introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Bernard Kouchner, humanitarian, co-founder of Doctors Without Borders and Doctors of the World, and former Minister of Foreign Affairs and European Affairs of France.
Bernard Kouchner has mobilized responses to some of the world's most challenging human rights crises. He has done this both inside and outside. He has led from inside government, where he served at the ministerial level for 18 years, and from outside through powerful global civil society organizations that he's created. He is a passionate, principled, and outspoken advocate of the world's responsibility to protect the victims of humanitarian catastrophes. He is a role model for all of us in this field. A physician by training, he served 3 times as the French Minister of Health and Humanitarian Affairs, and most recently, until November 2010, as the Minister of Foreign and European Affairs of France. According to opinion polls, he is still one of the most popular politicians in France. I don't believe he's on the rolls for the elections this weekend, but he certainly could be. Bernard Kouchner's lifelong commitment to human rights began when he was serving as a young Red Cross doctor in Biafra during the Nigerian Civil War. There he came to believe that an effective humanitarian organization could not always be neutral, and he challenged the traditional Red Cross stance of neutrality. In 1971, he co-founded Médecins Sans Frontières with the mission of providing emergency medical care in the developing world, and the International Doctors Organization was later awarded the Nobel Prize for Peace. In 1979, he chartered a cargo ship and took it to the South China Sea with a group of doctors to rescue Vietnamese boat people trying desperately to reach Hong Kong. A year later, he founded Doctors of the World with the mission of mobilizing interventionist responses to humanitarian crises. He has organized humanitarian operations throughout the world, in Somalia, El Salvador, Lebanon, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Uruguay, Peru, Guatemala, Honduras, Bosnia, and Kosovo. And in Kosovo, he was appointed the first UN Special Representative following the international intervention of 1999. As France's Minister of Health and Humanitarian Affairs, Bernard Kouchner was an early advocate of the UN Doctrine of the Responsibility to Protect, a doctrine that commits the world to prevent or punish mass atrocities, and a doctrine that many say should long ago have been invoked to address the human rights catastrophe in Syria, as he wrote in yesterday's International Herald Tribune. In 2004, an American magazine, Time magazine, named Bernard Kouchner one of the world's top 100 heroes. Here's what it had to say about him. I can't really put it better myself. He breaks taboos and reveals matters that render us sleepless. Faced with globalized inhumanity burning the 21st century, he is introducing a new humanism without geographic or political borders. He does it not to open the gates of paradise, but to bolt the gates of hell. Please join me in welcoming Bernard Kouchner as our commencement speaker.
John, what can I say after such a laudatio? I was asking myself, did you talk about me? Did you? Hello, George. Okay, it was a long story, and I don't want to bother you with the rest of it. It was not easy. It was not easy. But I want to tell you something first. You're very fine looking. Well, you have a sort of strange hat. We are not using in French because sometimes, well, no, it fits to you. And I never met such an attractive group, big group, sometimes very pretty group. You are the future of the world. I'm not kidding. You are. And you are the people, the good people, in the good period, on the good place here in Budapest. And really, we need you. I'm not talking about Budapest and Hungarian country because they are hosting me. But talking about human rights, as John asked me to talk about, this is never enough, human rights and the rule of law. This is never enough. This is not a slogan just to demonstrate in the streets against the government. This is also a very direct and efficient support for all the suffering of the world. Don't hesitate to be, I'm sorry, this is a faculty of law also. Don't hesitate to be illegal. Don't respect the law. I really. Let me precise, because I'm not only a provocative guy. Let me precise. I was listening to John, Mr. Rector, and he told you about that very long, very far period of time, 68. It was in 68. In 68, 1968. It was a sort of particular agitation period, especially in my country, not only in my country, in Europe, even in the United States. But we discovered in 68, I did discover that the rest of the world was not compared and comparable to Europe. And we are facing the same period now. Because in Biafra, I was a very well educated physician, a doctor. And the education I received in Paris had nothing to do with the reality of the rest of the world. What we discovered in Africa was the reality of the rest of the world. In terms of medical situations, we discovered that we have not been trained to face the immense, the huge half of the world in terms of medical assistance. We discovered, and in that time we had no right to cross a border to take care of a patient on the other side of a very theoretical and very thin line called border. And we, in that time, and it was the most important thing, we discovered the without borderism. Without borderism, because the patients were suffering on the other side of the line. And we had no right, and the Red Cross in that time was very courageous and brave to do so, because we were on both sides, Nigeria and Biafra. But as John said, we had to, because when you are receiving your contract in the Red Cross, International Red Cross, a private association, Geneva-based, you had to sign an oath and not to talk about what you should be witness of. And we refused that. Because if we were just witness of the deaths by 100,000 and 100,000, the deaths of the children, Biafran children, you don't remember because you were not born, but the children were dying of starvation, and the starvation was the consequences of the blockade of the road against the Geneva Convention. And you had no right to tell that, to tell the truth to the rest of the world. So we decided, the doctors, in that time, 68, and it was in 71 that we had created Doctor Without Borders, but in 68 we decided not to be, let's say, according to the law, but to break the law of silence. And we decided to talk. And it was not easy for us, believe me. Of course, we have been rejected for the first time, etc., 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 etc. In that time, the doctors who were leaving from their private practice or hospital in Paris, they were not allowed to leave. So it was at their expense. So we discovered the necessity of illegality. And that's why we created Doctors Without Borders. If you were not only witness of the violations of human rights, but activist in favor of the respect of human rights, you had to do something. You had to, let's say, at the minimum was not to accept the difference in between your patient, my patient. So the patient is belonging to the doctor? Or is the patient a person? So your patient were, if you were a French doctor, the French patients, not the rest. And now this is ridiculous to tell you the beginning of the story. But the beginning of the story was just possible, and we created Doctors Without Borders in 1971, because we were disrespectful of the law. And now this is the law. So my first advice, and I have only two advice, relax. My first advice is not to respect the law, but for the benefit of human rights, the benefit of human being, just to help the people. If you have to cross this line, official line, do it, please. Because you are looking like activists without your hat. The second thing, and I want to be very brief because it is a very long story. It was also because we wanted to prevent and not to take care. It was also a medical story, because for a doctor, this is better to prevent than to take care of a patient, to prevent the diseases, to prevent. Public health is a political, medical involvement. And I don't have the time to talk about AIDS, HIV, AIDS, but it was the same thing, and the same people fighting against. So we were absolutely devoted to the prevention of war and starvation and poverty. For that, it was necessary to go to the UN system. NGOs are not able to influence the UN system. We had to be, in the name of a country, we were just having the possibility to offer a resolution to the General Assembly. I'm too much brief and too much blunt, but or to the Security Council. And for that reason, I came to the government. François Mitterrand asked me to come to the French government. And that's my second point. This is very difficult, as you say, John, to be on one side and to be, if I may say so, on the other at the same time. Being an activist, I congratulate you because you were looking as activists. This is much easier than being a foreign minister, because you are completely sure of being on the right side. When you are member of a government, you also have a sort of difficult to respect discipline and the interest of a country. And the interests of the countries are completely, not completely, but sometimes in contradiction with your deep thought on human rights and the rule of law. And I don't want to compare the situation here now in Syria compared to Libya and etc. But we were able, the medical doctors, not the legal people. And sorry to all of you, but if you want to change the law, don't ask the legal people. And so, in that time, and George knows that perfectly because I was, since close to 40 years, his fellow traveler. And to change the law, we had to offer to the General Assembly the right to intervene, the right to interfere for medical reason. Is it possible to let them die? Is it possible to let them die? Now the Syrian children who are dying today, 50 yesterday. Okay, this is not easy. Okay, we don't want to go to war, etc., etc. But we had to attract the attention. So to say, and I remember perfectly because I was member of the government, that with the agreement of Michel Rocard and François Mitterrand, in 1988, it was the resolution 4-3-43-131, and the sentence was, and we were fighting 20 years, 25 years for that, the right to access to the victims in the name of the international community, access to the victim and other situation of the same magnitude. Other situation of the same magnitude means war, civil war. And according to the Charter, the UN Charter, you don't have the right to intervene inside a civilian war. That's exactly the case in Syria now. So the second point is, it is possible to change the whole political behavior, because it's so much more easy to accept the suffering of the others. This is not yours, this is not your family, and behind the borders, the people are threatened and threatened to death, and etc. Is it your responsibility? No, it is not your responsibility. Are you responsible? Yes, you are. That's why human rights and rule of law are not only a sort of easy-to-sign document to protest against. You have to be engaged yourself. Okay, I had to... This is too much. Okay, so good luck to you. You were really at this good moment, because even if I don't want to go inside the European crisis, I have to say 2 words on that. I know that this is an economical and financial crisis, and George told me about that very well, and he knows about better than I know. But Europe is a fantastic political adventure. And to be in good relation, to reconciliate in between France and Germany, by example, or all the others, or you, the people, no, you Hungarian people, not all of you, but you were suffering under communist regime. It was a fantastic effort. It has taken 60 years. And now there is a sort of European fatigue. Don't accept that, because it was necessary to join, all the efforts and the knowledge and the discovering of the others in a continent where we were used to fight each other since more than 6 centuries in between France and UK, United Kingdom, and more than 130 centuries between France and Germany, Germany and France. So I believe that this must be defended, and not only that, but extended. So, your help is needed, and the future, like always, is in front of you. Congratulations, graduated. This is a good beginning, and thank you, because this is the fantastic, the most important university, Central European University, you were lucky enough to be part of, because, and mainly because George's effort, and thank you for that. Thank you to all of you.
I would like to thank Mr. Kouchner for excellent advice that he has given you. And I'd just like to make clear that I don't teach the Legal Studies Department, so I can say this with And now we continue with the conferral of bachelor's and master's degrees. The business school is the only division of CEU that has undergraduate programs and awards bachelor's degrees. We'll present the bachelor's and master's degrees from the business school together. Now, the president and rector will confer bachelor's and master's degrees upon our graduating students, and the heads of the academic departments and programs will call each candidate to step on the stage, come forward to be greeted by the president and rector and the honorary chairman. During the conferral of degrees, faculty members are kindly requested to rise and remain standing while the graduates of their departments are called on stage. First, candidates for the Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Economics will be presented by the department head, Professor Gábor Kézdi.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Economics, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year there are 46 master's students graduating from the Department of Economics. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Economics, Master of Arts in Economics Policy and Global Markets, and Master of Arts in Law and Economics. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Economics, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Economics are Emilia Cifari from Hungary, Anca Dinita from Romania, János Devényi from Hungary, Attila Gáspár from Hungary. Slow down a bit. Oksana Gladik from Ukraine, Gergely Hajdu from Hungary, Zsuzsa Holler from Hungary, Gábor Kont from Hungary, Nadia Lezsevska from Ukraine, Tamás Mészáros from Hungary, Vladimir Mikhailov from Kazakhstan, Akilay Mukhtarbekezé from Kyrgyzstan, Gábor Nyéki, Hungary, Kristina Orbán, Hungary, Oksana Pashenko, Ukraine, Rita Pető, Hungary, Balázs Reitzer, Hungary, István Szabó, Hungary, Ferenc Szűcs, Hungary, and Maria Vojtkova, Slovakia. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Economic Policy and Global Markets are Daniel Bunn from the United States of America, Natalia Kostin from Moldova, Shattuck Varmadze from Georgia, Snezhana Ilic from Serbia, Yevgenia Ivanova from Bulgaria, Alexei Klistum from the Russian Federation, Georgi Machavariani from Georgia, Katalin Molnarfi from Hungary, Brandon Musser from the United States of America, Denis Nedin from Ukraine, Via Pakakaita from Lithuania, Tetyana Protasova from Ukraine, Otabek Sadikharov from Uzbekistan, Yekaterina Serikova from the Russian Federation, Anastasia Shirinina from the Russian Federation, Alexander Simmons from the United States of America, Nurgul Tilembayeva from Kyrgyzstan, Gleb Troyev from Ukraine, and Manlai Batar Zagbazar from Mongolia. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Law and Economics are Dorina Tsibuku from Albania, Olta Tsibuku from Albania, Skepko Chordas from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Denis Khametov from the Russian Federation, and Sanjana Krynyak from Croatia.
Candidates for the Master of Science degrees from the Department of the Environmental Sciences and Policy will be presented by their department head, Professor Alan Watt. Candidates for the Master of Science degree in Environmental Sciences, Policy and Management from the Erasmus Mundus Master's course, awarded jointly with Lund University, Sweden, the University of Manchester, United Kingdom, and the University of the Aegean, Greece, will be presented by Professor Alex Chirp, MESPOM Consortium Coordinator and CU Academic Secretary and Research Director.
Candidates for the Master of Science degrees from the Department of Environmental Sciences and Policy, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year there are altogether 47 master's students graduating from the Department of Environmental Sciences and Policy. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Sciences and Policy and Master of Science in Environmental Sciences, Policy and Management. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Science degree in Environmental Sciences and Policy, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Irina Gilfanova, Uzbekistan. Olena Kovalenko, Ukraine. Nelly Naidanova, Bulgaria. Aryuna Norovsambu, Mongolia. Magdalena Paskiewicz, Poland and Australia. Jinshi, People's Republic of China. David Shinyan, Armenia. Csaba Tóth, Hungary. And Lea Vég of Hungary.
Candidates for the Master of Science degree in Environmental Sciences, Policy and Management, please step on the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Veronica Andronache, Romania. Zelalem Abate, Ethiopia. Leah Baumbach, Germany. Mauro Giuseppe Zirimina, Italy. Sara Chunyu, Canada. Xavier Esparago Lorca, Spain. Tom Figel, United States of America. Felipe Firpo from Brazil. Sai Haldule, India. Jordan Hayes, Canada. Robert Heredy, United States of America. Guy Heydrich, United States of America. Veronica Kubik from Canada. Lisa Lam, United States of America. Yifeng Li from China. Carlos Lopez Gomez from Mexico. Adrian Mill, United Kingdom. Haval Negandhi from India. Nang Nguyen, Vietnam. Sin Ouyang, China. Aminas Rashid, Maldives. Ian Rose, United States of America. Ramazan Sayan, Turkey. Stefan Šipka, Serbia. Charlotte Sluka, Germany. Mary Ellen Smith, United States of America. Logan Strangebock, United States of America. Alison Witter, Canada. And Hui Zhou, China.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Gender Studies will be presented by the department head, Professor Jasmina Lukic.
Candidates of the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Gender Studies, please rise. President and Rector. This academic year, there are 37 master students graduating from the Department of Gender Studies. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Gender Studies and in Critical Gender Studies, Master of Arts in Gender Studies, Gemma Women's and Gender Studies Specialization, Master of Arts in Gender Studies, Matilda Women's and Gender History Specialization. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees in Gender Studies, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Gender Studies one-year program are Madina Ahmetsina from Kyrgyzstan, Alin Akyar from Turkey, Predrag Babic from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Ekaterina Babincheva from Russian Federation, Osteja Banite from Lithuania, Ivan Bujan from Croatia, Katerina Burkush from Ukraine, Anna Maria Devesel from Romania, Natasha Ilievska from Macedonia, Zarina Isambayeva from Kyrgyzstan, Alexei Kotyarov from Russian Federation, Irina Kouchner from Ukraine, Yulia Laki from Hungary, Mirjana Mirkovinovic from Croatia, Dominika Milanovic from Hungary, Rebecca Minton from United States of America, Hermela Tsegayev from Ethiopia, Gulim Tusupkanova from Kazakhstan, Tamara Žerjav from Slovenia, and Miroslava Zilinska from Slovakia. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Gender Studies two-year program are Agnieszka Budek from Poland, Nikola Kukec from Croatia, James Zachary Rivers from United States of America, Ana Smokrovic from Croatia. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Gender Studies Gemma Women and Gender Studies Specialization are Leila Dard Dasco from France, Jose Luis Gomez Gonzalez from Spain, Rebecca Ruth Leitland from Germany, and Endah Solistiovati from Indonesia.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of History will be presented by their department head, Professor Nadia Al-Baghdadi.
Candidates for the Masters of Arts degree from the History Department, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year, there are 38 master students graduating from the Department of History. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Central European History and Master of Arts in Comparative History of Central, Eastern, and Southeastern Europe, 1500 to 2000. Congratulations. It's a long time.
It's a very long time. Students,
please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your name is called. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Central European History are Nikola Bakovic, Serbia. Dragan Batancev, Serbia. Anita Buhin, Croatia. Gertrude Nicole Friedman, United States of America. Brian Herrera, United States of America. Roman Lukasz Jankowski, Poland. Laura Cannons, Canada. Roy Albert Kimmey III, United States of America. Michael James Matar, United States of America. Philip Novosel, Croatia. Katalin Paf. Oh, there is something messed up in your lineup. Poshunku, Ukraine. Andrei Tadeusz Sadecki, Poland. Evgenia Sakal, Ukraine. Konstantin Raducu Stancu, Romania. Marius Bogdan Tudor, Romania. Andrei Razwan Vojna, Romania. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Comparative History of Central, Eastern, and Southeastern Europe, 1500 to 2000 are Agoston Berets, Hungary. Matthias Erdei, Hungary. Rosina Siraj Gilani, United States of America. Nadezhda Kislitsina, Russian Federation. Borbola Klatschman, Hungary. Flora Kolla, Hungary. Katarina Kajic, Croatia. Caroline Eva Metzger, Switzerland. Lyubomir Raichev Posalyev, Bulgaria. Rachel Lauren Rance, United States of America. James Montgomery Wallen, United Kingdom.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of International Relations and European Studies will be presented by the department head, Professor Matteo Fumagalli.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of International Relations and European Studies, please rise. President and Rector. This academic year, there are 47 master's students graduating in the Department of International Relations and European Studies. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in International Relations and European Studies. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in International Relations and European Studies, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Patricia Franziska Abafi, Hungary. Anar Abdullayev, Azerbaijan. Amanda Jean Alcott, the United States of America. Claudia Monica Alexandru, Romania. Murodjon Akbaralievich Andaraliev, Uzbekistan. Ilias Antopoulos, Greece. Victoria Archipenko, Ukraine. Suleika Asadova, Azerbaijan. Oksana Pasistyuk, Ukraine. Rachel Olivia Bending, the United Kingdom. Jessica Lily Bianca Brandler, the United Kingdom. Andrea Brekalo, Croatia. Anna Natalia Diakun, the United States of America. Edin Fako, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Attila Farkas, Hungary. Raul Fischer, the United States of America. Anna Horlievska, Ukraine. Christina Gerbich, the United States of America. Abby Elizabeth Ogan, the United States of America. Jan Hupkens, the Netherlands. Yevgenia Yaknis, the Russian Federation. Kristina Kotka, Hungary. Anna Kroger, Hungary. Amber Catherine Lubeck, the United States of America. Marit Maidla, Estonia. Janina Alexandra Barbara Maria Mangold, Germany. Irina Michel, Ukraine. Anna Pambukshan, Armenia. Nicoleta Petruca, Romania. Mantas Pupinis, Lithuania. Sieda Radrahman, Bangladesh. Farah Salim, Canada. Sasha Kumar, India. Ivana Slivar, Serbia. Dalibor Staiki, Macedonia. Michael Terence Steen, the United Kingdom. Matthew Todd Stenberg, the United States of America. Kinga Sarkai, Hungary. Jesse Paul Petrus Tarton, the United States of America. Zsuzsana Vik, Hungary. Esther Agnes Vince, United States of America. Nicholas Alexander Zagaria, the United States of America. And Ksenia Zakharova, the Russian Federation.
Candidates for the Master of Laws and Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Legal Studies will be presented by the department head, Professor Stefan Messmann.
That's for you.
So, candidates for the Masters of Laws and Masters of Arts degrees from the Department of Legal Studies, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year, there are 70 master's students graduating from the Department of Legal Studies. Would you please confer upon them the economic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Comparative Constitutional Law, Master of Laws in Human Rights, Master of Arts in Human Rights, Master of Laws in International Business Law, and Master of Laws in Law and Economics. Congratulations.
So, candidates of the Master of Laws and Masters of Arts degrees, please step into the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your name is called. Candidates of the Master of Laws degree in Comparative Constitutional Law degree are Katarina Anushka, Belarus. Temeshkan Bayena, Ethiopia. Ale Bichel, Belarus. Marian Bobokidze, Georgia. Jeremy Brown, United States of America. Georgi Bulyanadze, Georgia. Luis Cano, Venezuela. Marek Foley, Slovakia. Barbara Grabowska, Poland. Eva Kapustova, Slovakia. Michael Christian Keller, Romania. Ilya Kokorin, Russian Federation. Eric Kotlarik, Slovakia. Ingrid Marinescu, Romania. Matija Miloš, Croatia. Andrea del Carmen Morgan Alarcon, Peru. Nino Chukeshvili, Georgia. Candidates of the Master of Laws degree in Human Rights degree are Bieber Ivona, Hungary. Efrem Birhanu, Ethiopia. Natalia Bityukova, Lithuania. Ekaterina Buzina, Russian Federation. Brian Vesigye, Uganda. Jala Dakwar, Israel. Katarina Dronova, Ukraine. Oana Gilescu, Romania. Vivant Hajjaj, Palestinian State. Guria Isayeva, Kyrgyzstan. Fortunata Kitokesia, Tanzania. Belmin Luseka, Kenya. Andrei Lutenko, Moldova. Adaeze Namezie, Nigeria. Tuzu Ramabolu, Lesotho. Faith Rotich, Kenya. Sanya Toktogazieva, Kyrgyzstan. Evelina Tulek, Poland. Lydia Vini, Uganda. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Human Rights degree are Dalia El Akwati, United States of America. Jelena Belic, Serbia. Anna Borbala, Bodoloi, Hungary. Ioana Cosmidu, Greece. Aldina Muslia, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Mimu Pajanen, Finland. Diraj Pokrel, Nepal. Tomas Raskevicius, Lithuania. Paul Sixpence, Zimbabwe. Candidates for the Master of Laws degree in International Business Law degree are Anton Babak, Ukraine. Lidia Baruchova, Slovakia. Besar Buzi, Albania. David Chitasvili, Georgia. Jensi Kotrin, United States of America. Jovan Crnogorčević, Serbia. Agniš Daudova, Kyrgyzstan. Gloria Dominguez, Mexico. Mikro Galagan, Ukraine. Akilu Gebremedin, Ethiopia. Sven Herbel, Germany. Ahmed Kožajev, Turkmenistan. Petar Kojdić, Serbia. Anna Kombikova, Ukraine. Petra Kovacic, Hungary. Sergei Melnik, Ukraine. Dmitry Mishkevich, Belarus. Anna Mishka, Ukraine. Katalin Novak, Hungary. Judith Petrotsky, Romania. Sabor Steiner, Hungary. Olga Sukurukova, Russian Federation. Matus Valkučak, Slovakia. Patricia Živković, Croatia. The candidate for the Master of Law degrees in Law and Economics, we had already. Aynura
Candidates for the Master of Science degree from the Department of Mathematics and its Applications will be presented by Professor Pál Hegedűs.
Candidates for the Master of Science degree from the Department of Mathematics and its Applications, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year there are 7 master's students graduating from the Department of Mathematics and its Applications. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Applied Mathematics. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Science degree in Applied Mathematics, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Osman Ebrahim Ali, Ethiopia. Levon Bezanishvili, Georgia. Yuri Hulavati, Ukraine. Siddharth Mathur, India. Sabo Zsolt, Hungary. Johannes Wachs, Germany.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Medieval Studies will be presented by the department head, Professor Katalin Senda.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees from the Medieval Studies Department, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year there are 14 master students graduating from the Department of Medieval Studies. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Medieval Studies and Master of Arts in Comparative History, Interdisciplinary Medieval Studies. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Medieval Studies, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Medieval Studies are Ryan Bailey, United States of America. Ida Becskereki, Hungary. Gábor Bradács, Hungary. János Ince, Romania. Ágnes Korondi, Romania. Eszter Losonci, Hungary. Rose Oliveira, United States of America. Áron Orbán, Hungary. Stefan Trajković Filipović, Serbia. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Comparative History, Interdisciplinary Medieval Studies are Mariana Bodnaruk, Ukraine. Uroš Dakic, Serbia. Reyhan Durmaz, Turkey.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees in the Nationalism Studies program will be presented by the program head, Professor Mária Kovács.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Nationalism Studies, please line up.
That's very good. You know how to keep it moving.
President and Rector, this academic year, there are 28 students graduating from the Nationalism Studies program. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Nationalism Studies. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Nationalism Studies, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman, as your names are called. Pamela Joy Abels, United States of America. Stanislav Olegovich Budnitsky, Russian Federation. Ruth Kendlish, United Kingdom. Bianca Marie Dobrikovic, United States of America. Tamás Farkas, Hungary. Eric David Hasley, United States of America. Thomas Horváth, Slovenia. Alma Igra, Israel. Vujo Ilic, Serbia. Courtney Marie Kerner, United States of America. Manushak Kevokian, Armenia. Zlata Vladimirovna Karitonova, Russian Federation. Matvei Lomonosov, Russian Federation. Maria Samayo Mendes, Portugal. Tiffany Ray Pransky, United States of America. Amy Rogers, Netherlands. Emma Pearl Smith, United States of America. Isser Sulnay Kuzi, Kyrgyzstan. Maria Mladen Todorovic, Serbia. Boriana Boykova Velcheva, Bulgaria. Rusen Yasar, Turkey. Martin Zrubec, Slovakia. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Nationalism Studies 2-year program are Naya Esgarinova Adegyeva, Kyrgyzstan. Esmira Ruslanova Gisenova, Kyrgyzstan. Anna Varfalomova, Russian Federation.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Philosophy will be presented by the department head, Professor Gábor Beteg.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Philosophy, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year, there are 6 master's students graduating from the Department of Philosophy. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Philosophy. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Philosophy, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. László Klajtár, Hungary. Magdolna Nyulászi, Hungary. Edi Pavlovic, Croatia.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Political Science will be presented by their department head, Professor Dorothy Böhler.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Political Science, please line up.
All are your candidates. They are lining up from A to Z, but they were supposed to be from A to Z in 2 groups. 1 year and 2 years.
All right, don't worry about it. Just read their names.
President and Rector, this academic year, there are 53 master's students graduating from the Department of Political Science. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Political Science. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Art degree in Political Science, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Political Science one-year program are Andrei Anastasov, Bulgaria; Marton Bata, Hungary; Ria Bilic, Croatia; Alexander Bor, Hungary; Zlata Bozac, Croatia; Robert Krachum, Romania; Atanas Stochev, Bulgaria; Brian Fabo, Slovakia; Vishnya Filipovic, Serbia; Judith Gebert, Hungary; Igor Gurkin, Russian Federation; Yasmin Hasic, Bosnia and Herzegovina; Benjamin Jones, United Kingdom; Birkan Karataş, Turkey; Leila Königs, the Netherlands; Anna Kononenko, Ukraine; David Kovac, Hungary; Martin Kovanic, Slovakia; Yodahe Lamore, Ethiopia; Goran Ljubicic, Serbia; Erzsébet Mayai, Hungary; Juan Masulo, Colombia; Walid Meban, United States of America; Ivan Milun, Croatia; Maria Mitayev, Moldova; Akibek Momunova, Kyrgyzstan; Slav Okov, Bulgaria; Balázs Sak, Hungary; Jan Smolensky, Poland; Emil Vargovic, Croatia; Elena Vladimirova, Russian Federation; Christian Vukelic, Croatia; Sophie Young, United Kingdom; Ekaterina Zhukova, Belarus. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Political Science two-year program are Andrea Daniela Amarescu, Romania; Cosmin Artimov, Romania; Nicola Bier, Romania; Gabor Chomor, Slovakia; Rares Dumitras, Romania; Pavel Goralski, Poland; Tomasz György, Hungary; Istvan Peter Janto Petnihazi, Romania; Anna Malechikova, Slovakia; Attila Molnar, Hungary; James Bradley Thomas, United States of America; Fruzina Tovavi, Hungary; Mohammed Vahdat Vassel, Afghanistan; Yusuf Yüksedag, Turkey.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Public Policy will be presented by the department head, Professor Andras Goltau.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Public Policy, please line up. President and Rector, this academic year, there are 46 students graduating from the Department of Public Policy. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Public Policy. Congratulations. 46, that's a good number.
It is. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Public Policy, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Public Policy are Anton Nikolaevich Avkach, Russian Federation; Gabia Baukute, Lithuania; Lauren Grace Billingsley, United States of America; Kabura Chiugo, Kenya; Efa Chigi, Hungary; Laszlo Fejers, Hungary; Igor Gavic, Bosnia and Herzegovina; Mariana Gomez Sanchez, Mexico; Jana Grajčekorova, Slovakia. Sorry for that. Hanna Huziak, Croatia. Mircea Idrici, Macedonia. Giovanna Milic-Ilic, Serbia. Svetlana Ivanova, Russian Federation. James Shiris, United States of America. Tamar Jugeli, Georgia. Roman Kalina, Slovakia. Elena Konstantina Karagiorgi, Cyprus. Veronika Korcikova, Slovakia. Alicia Rose Krychkovitsky, United States of America. Ainur Kulcenova, Kazakhstan. Gabriela Manuli, Argentina. Ashley Moore, United States of America. Zlata Music, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Adam Nemeth, Hungary. Karliga Nurmanbitova, Kyrgyzstan. Chris Lamanda Overmeyer, United States of America. Martina Anna Pansak, Poland. Amanda Maria Pascal, United States of America. Emma Prest, United Kingdom. Martina Pripic, Croatia. Alexandra Revina, Kyrgyzstan. Alexandra Romanovska, Ukraine. Agim Silami, Macedonia. And Nurgul Emilevna Niberoka, Kyrgyzstan. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Public Policy of the Erasmus Mundus program are Saloni Dara, India. Marcelo Faquina Macedo Bessa, Brazil. Kern Gavin, Netherlands. Ho Jong Kang, Korea. Sean Looney, United States of America. Adina Merikut, Romania. Ana Maria Rey Martinez, Colombia. Madara Sirina, Latvia. And Melinda Wink, Australia. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the Department of Sociology and Social Anthropology will be presented by the department head, Professor Judith Bodnar.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Sociology and Social Anthropology, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year there are 26 master's students graduating from our department. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Sociology and Social Anthropology and the Master of Arts in Sociology and Social Anthropology with specialization in global and urban issues. Congratulations.
Candidates for the Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Sociology and Social Anthropology, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. And the candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Sociology and Social Anthropology are Elmira Sadat Ali Hosseini, Iran, Mariana Antunovic, Croatia, Raya Apostolova Engelhardt, Bulgaria, Anastasia Borenkova, Ukraine, Orsoya Ferenci, Hungary, Yulia Georgiou, Romania, Susan Hill, United States, Andrada Mihaela Istrate, Romania, Noemi Katona, Hungary, Fatma Mentes, Turkey, Jotala Ostai Febres Cordero, United States, Zsófia Réti, Hungary, Daniel Saric, Croatia, Jana Tsoneva, Bulgaria, Yanjun Wang, People's Republic of China, Anastasia Zasurina, Russian Federation. Candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Sociology and Social Anthropology with specialization in Global and Urban Studies are Monica Alovjanovic, Serbia, Caio Araújo, Brazil, Camelia Badea, Romania, Maria Cristache, Romania, Anna Maria Murg, Romania, Ratna Shrestha, Nepal, Ioana Miruna Voiculescu, Romania.
Candidates for the bachelor's degrees from the business school will be presented by their program director, Professor Bernard Kouchner.
Candidates for the bachelor's degrees from the business school, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year, there are 38 bachelor students graduating from the business school. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degrees of Bachelor of Business Administration and Bachelor of Science in Global Management. Congratulations.
Candidates for the bachelor's degrees from the business school, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Crina Veronica Cristea from Romania. Igor Maximovic, Serbia. Maria Victoria Montero Saizar, Uruguay. Marina Mihailova Panova, Bulgaria. Samantha Saki, Spain. David Carl Christian Turger, Germany. Candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Global Management degree are Batushik Batyav, Mongolia. Vlad Limban, Romania. Muslim Muslimov, Azerbaijan. Peter István Nagy, Hungary. Richard Orban, Sweden. Ada Pakladjan, Georgia. Akshar Sanakoev, Georgia. Tibor Soltes, Hungary. Daniel Mihai Tóth from Hungary.
Candidates for the master's degrees from the business school will be presented by their program director, Professor Yusuf Akbar.
Black. Candidates for the master's degrees from the business school will be presented by me. Candidates for the master's degree from the business school, please rise. President and Rector, this academic year, there are 74 master's students graduating from the business school. Would you please confer upon them their academic degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degrees of Master of Business Administration and Master of Business Administration, IMM Executive MBA. Congratulations.
Candidates for the master's degree from the business school, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Bisan Abdul Kader, the Palestinian State. Zoltan Abraham, Romania. Agnes Andor, United States of America. Attila Andrushka, Slovakia. Zoltan Asalos, Hungary. Merdan Atayev, Turkmenistan. Rosa Ateva, Bulgaria. János Pachkai, Hungary. Karl-Heinz Breisch, Germany. Indranil Chakraborty, India. Mary Collins, United States of America. Peter Coppens, Belgium. Mikhail Dalikishvili, Georgia. Eric Drabosh, Hungary. Marta Fazzane Csicseri, Hungary. Gábor András Fülöp, Hungary. Bessarion Gagnidze, Georgia. Gabriel Garin, Argentina. Esther Gaspar Hidashi, Hungary. Wenbin Ji, People's Republic of China. Ivlina Genchovska, Bulgaria. Fabrizio Germani, Italia. Elian Gini, Canada. Katarina Goroslavits, Ukraine. Stuart Harvey, the United Kingdom. Stephen Hegedus, the United States of America. Victoria Holoshi, Hungary. Raham Hosseini Madani, Iran. Andrea Yamnitsky, Hungary. Diana Jawad, Romania. Laszlo Kirai, Hungary. Laszlo Kish, Hungary. Hunor Kovács, Romania. Robert Lang, Hungary. Miklós Manassiev, Hungary. Attila Marosi, Hungary. Lani Moore, United States of America. Murod Niazov, Uzbekistan. Taike Inzmande, South Africa. Adrian Olsen, Hungary. Cristian Pensiu, Romania. Loredana Radu, Romania. Yagana Sayidli, Azerbaijan. Ajay Soni, India. Leventa Shurani, Hungary. Dominic Sabo, Poland. Tunde Sekeres, Romania. Gabor Sente, Hungary. Tomasz Sentirmai, Hungary. Domakorsini, Hungary. Monica Torcia, Hungary. Elena Tosana, Italia. Zsofia Tot, Hungary. Bertolt van der Schaft, Netherlands. Andriy Zabrodsky, Ukraine. Olia Zedelashvili, Georgia. Stefan Ziegler, Germany. Candidates for the Master of Business Administration, International Masters of Management, Executive MBA degree are Laszlo Andrushko, Hungary. Balázs Birck, Hungary. Thilo Klein, Germany. Dominic McKendry, United Kingdom. And János Shanta, Hungary.
We continue now with the awarding of certificates for the university's Special Extension Program. Graduates of the Roma Access Program will be presented by the Program Director, Professor Eva Fodor.
This academic year, there are 12 certificate students graduating from the Roma Access Program. Graduates of the Roma Access Program, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Olesya Sili, Albania. Anna Csilla Daróci, Hungary. Erzsébet Gulyás, Hungary. Jelena Jovanovic, Serbia. Radoslav Alexandrov Kuzmanov, Bulgaria. Victorina Luka, Moldova. Kristina Marian, Moldova. Albert Mehmeti, Macedonia. Orsolya Orsos from Hungary. And Simona Torodskoi from Romania.
Graduates of the Roma English Program will be presented by the Program Director, David Rideout.
This academic year, there are 15 certificate students graduating from the Roma English Language Program. Graduates of the Roma English Language Program, please step onto the stage and come forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman as your names are called. Lajos Bango, Hungary. Roland Perkovic, Hungary. Selçuk Karadeniz, Turkey. Seyad Kazanjiu, Albania. Yulia Krut, Ukraine. Erzsébet Nemet, Hungary. Halil Ibrahim Nurbel, Turkey. Maria Nyeges, Hungary. Csaba Ola, Hungary. Ildiko Edvish, Romania. Patricia Pakanova, Slovakia. Arian Kirolari, Albania. Edita Rigova, Slovakia. Ashraf Ismail Rustem, Bulgaria. And Carmen Turnisia, Romania.
And now we will continue with the conferral of doctoral degrees. Since the Middle Ages, it has been an academic custom that those who enter the highest level of scholarly achievement receive a ceremonial hood as the insignia of their new academic status. Today we induct a new body of scholars into the academy as we award them with this, our highest degree. Central European University is proud to announce that this academic year, 50 doctoral students are graduating. Not all can be present at this ceremony. The names are, of course, included in the graduation program. We shall now present the doctoral degrees to those candidates who are present today. Doctoral candidates, please rise. The candidates who stand in front of you have fulfilled all the requirements for the doctoral degrees of Central European University. The faculty of Central European University recommend that they be awarded doctoral degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Charter and trustees of Central European University, I now confer upon you the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy in Economics, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Sciences and Policy, Doctor of Philosophy in Comparative Gender Studies, Doctor of Philosophy in Comparative History of Central, Southeastern, and Eastern Europe, Doctor of Juridical Science, Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics and its Applications, Doctor of Philosophy in Medieval Studies, and my favorite, Doctor of Philosophy in Philosophy. Doctor of Philosophy in Political Science, and Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology and Social Anthropology. Warm congratulations to all of you.
I will now ask the supervisors and the escorting faculty members to assist us in the doctoral hooding ceremony. Supervisors, colleagues, your valuable guidance and advice throughout the years contributed significantly to the success of these doctoral candidates. We thank you and congratulate you on their success. Please rise and be recognized. Doctoral graduates, please remove your caps. Turn left and hand your hood to the faculty member behind you. Please turn to face the audience. Faculty members, please raise the hood and place it over the head of the doctoral graduate in front of you. Doctoral graduates, please replace your caps, and supervisors and escorting faculty members, please be seated. And now I call the doctoral graduates to move to the front of the stage to receive their diplomas. Please turn to the left, line up on the steps of the platform. Please step forward to be greeted by the President and Rector and the Honorary Chairman when your name is called. First, I'm calling our Doctors of Philosophy in Economics. Gábor Antal, Hungary, Supervisor, Professor John Earl, Escorting Faculty Member, Professor Álmos Telegdi. Péter Gabriel, Hungary, Supervisor, Professor István Kónya.
Congratulations. Hard work.
Cecilia Hornok, Hungary, Supervisors, Professor Miklós Koren, Escorting Faculty Member, Professor Péter Bencúr. Marian Rigo, Hungary, Supervisor, Professor John Earl, Escorting Faculty Member, Professor Gábor Kézdi. I am now calling our Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Sciences and Policy, Oliver Avramovsky, Macedonia, Supervisor, Professor Alexios Antipas. I am now calling our Doctor of Philosophy in Comparative Gender Studies, Tamar Sabadashvili, Georgia. Supervisors, Professor Eva Fodor and Franziska de Haan. I'm now calling our Doctors of Philosophy in Comparative History of Central, Southeastern, and Eastern Europe. Anikó Kellner, Hungary, Supervisor, Professor László Konta. Domagoj Madunic, Croatia, Supervisor, Professor László Konta, Escorting Faculty Member, Professor Carsten Wilken. Anca Maria Sincan, Romania, Supervisor, Professor Nadia Al-Baghdadi. Calling now our Doctors of Juridical Science, Dalma Demeter, Romania, Supervisor, Professor Tibor Varadi. Gain Dragan, Serbia, Supervisor, Professor Tibor Varadi, Escorting Faculty Member, Professor Péter Háj. Arnisa Gorezi, Albania, Supervisor, Professor Stefan Messman. Asim Jusic, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Supervisor, Professor András Sajó, Escorting Faculty Member, Professor Boldizsár Nagy. Tocsin Wogu, Nigeria, Supervisor, Professor Tibor Tajti. Orsolya Salat, Hungary, Supervisor, Professor András Sajó. Escorting Faculty Member, Professor Michael Hamilton. Svetlana Chulkina, Russian Federation, Supervisor, Professor Renata Uric. I am now calling our Doctors of Philosophy in Mathematics and its Applications. Péter Miklós Gergely, Hungary, Supervisor, Professor Gyula Katona. Kostadinka Lapkova, Bulgaria, Supervisor, Professor András Bíró. Ferenc Szőlősi, Hungary, Supervisor, Professor Máté Matolcsi. I'm calling our Doctors of Philosophy in Medieval Studies, Zsófia Buda, Hungary, Supervisor, Professor Gerhard Járész. Fabrizio Conti, Italy, Supervisor, Professor Gábor Klanicai, Escorting Faculty Member, Professor Katalin Sender. Calling now our Doctor of Philosophy in Philosophy, Zoltán Wagner, Hungary, Supervisor, Professor Ferenc Horansky. Calling our Doctors of Philosophy in Political Science, Stefan Cibian, Romania, Supervisor, Professor Uwe Porter. Magaraz, Moldova, Supervisor Professor Zsolt Enyedi. Zdeněk Kudna, Czech Republic, Supervisor Professor László Csaba. Oana Lup, Romania, Supervisor Professor Gábor Tolka. Oana Lup, Romania. Márton Rövid, Hungary, Supervisor Professor Zoltán Miklósi. Anna Selmeci, Hungary, Supervisor Professor Michael Mellingen, Escorting Faculty Member Professor Matteo Fumagalli. And finally, our Doctors of Philosophy in Sociology and Social Anthropology, Olena Fedyuk, Ukraine, Supervisors Professor Aisha Chalar and Prem Kumar Rajaram. Angela Kóczi, Hungary, Supervisors Professor Judith Bodnar and Don Kalb. And Louisa Steur, the Netherlands, Supervisors Professor Judith Bodnar and Prem Kumar Rajaram. Thank you. And doctoral graduates, please be seated. Among our hundreds of fine students, there are some in each department who have done particularly outstanding work. They were awarded in an earlier ceremony today, but we would like to recognize them now by reading out their names. Graduates, please rise and remain standing at your seats as your names are called. Ladies and gentlemen, I kindly ask you to wait until I finish reading the names of all awarded graduates and express your appreciation by applauding them at the end. First, let me present the recipients of the Outstanding Academic Achievement Award. From the Department of Economics, János Károly Divény, Hungary, Tilenbaeva Nurgul, Kyrgyzstan, Denis Khametov, Russian Federation. From the Department of Environmental Sciences and Policy, Magdalena Paskiewicz, Australia, and Charlotte Sluka, Germany. From the Department of Gender Studies, Julia Lucky, Hungary. From the Department of History, Michael Metter, United States of America, and Caroline Mezger, also from the United States of America. From the Department of International Relations and European Studies, Anna Diakon, United States of America. Department of Legal Studies, Matija Miloš, Croatia, Natalia Bitiokova, Lithuania, Tomas Raskevicius, Lithuania, and Petar Kojdic, Serbia. From the Department of Mathematics and its Applications, Yuri Hulovati, Ukraine. From the Department of Medieval Studies, Agnes Korondi, Romania. From the Nationalism Studies Program, Ruth Kendlish, United Kingdom. From the Department of Philosophy, László Kajtár, Hungary. From the Department of Political Science, Jan Smolensky, Poland, and Nicola Biea, Romania. From the Department of Public Policy, Alicia Krichkovsky, United States of America, Martina Pripic, Croatia, and Hugo Haven, the Netherlands. From the Department of Sociology and Social Anthropology, Jotala Oskay Febres Cordero, United States of America. From the CEU Business School, the Bachelor of Science in Global Management program, Tibor Soltész, Hungary. An Executive Master Business Administration program, Stuart John Soper Harvey, United Kingdom. Very well. I'd also like to mention the names of our 3 Best Dissertation Awards recipients. The 3 awards this year go to Bogdan Cristiab Jacob, Romania, from the Department of History, who was supervised by Professor Balázs Trencsényi. Ferenc Szőlősi, Hungary, from the Department of Mathematics and its Application, who was supervised by Professor Máté Matolcsi. And Jolly Wasambo, from the Department of Environmental Sciences and Policy, who was supervised by Professor Brendan Anthony. It is a pleasure and a privilege to introduce the next part of our ceremony today, the award of the Central European University Open Society Prize. This prize is given to outstanding individuals whose achievements have contributed substantially to the creation of an open society. The 2012 Open Society Prize is being awarded to Mr. Aryeh Neier, President of the Open Society Foundations. Now John Shattuck, President and Rector, will deliver the laudatio for Mr. Aryeh Neier.
Aryeh Neier is another great example of what it means to be a human rights activist. He is one of the world's leading advocates for open society. He's the founder of two great international human rights organizations and the one-time director of the leading civil liberties organization in the United States. He's been at the center of the global rights movement for more than half a century. He's led campaigns for freedom of expression, criminal justice reform, racial and gender equality, personal privacy, international justice, and accountability for crimes against humanity and genocide. And in doing so, along the way, he has developed an unparalleled expertise, an encyclopedic knowledge, and an uncanny ability to marshal arguments and people to advance the cause of human rights. He was born in Nazi Germany, and he and his family escaped to England on the eve of World War II. As an American university student, he was inspired by the 1956 Hungarian Revolution to start a campus forum on freedom and justice on an American university campus. In 1963, at the height of the civil rights movement in the United States, Aryeh joined the staff of the American Civil Liberties Union, where he participated in the struggle for racial desegregation in America. In 1970, he was chosen to direct the ACLU, and he led it through intense controversies over freedoms of speech and assembly during the Vietnam War. Later, he mobilized to defend civil liberties against massive abuses by the administration of President Richard Nixon. In 1974, President Nixon was held responsible for his crimes, impeached in the U.S. House of Representatives, and forced to resign from office in 1974. But even the impeachment of a president was less controversial than Aryeh's courageous defense of the freedoms of those with whom he most intensely disagreed, in this case, a small band of neo-Nazis who sought to march through the heavily Jewish town of Skokie, Illinois, where there were many Holocaust survivors. He wrote at the time that rights are only meaningful if they apply to everyone, to all points of view, regardless of the views they espouse, and that no minority is safe unless all viewpoints are protected against censorship. In 1978, he turned his attention to the international denial of freedom of speech, and he founded Helsinki Watch, basing his new organization on the Helsinki Accords and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. He mobilized support for Central European and Soviet dissidents and political prisoners. The Watch Committees, as they became known, lobbied the United States and other governments to adopt policies to protect human rights and hold accountable those responsible for their violation. By the time he left 15 years later, Aryeh had built Human Rights Watch into one of the best-known and most effective centers of human rights advocacy in the world. He left in 1993 when George Soros asked him to work with him to create a new organization dedicated to the principles of open society in a world being transformed by dramatic political, economic, and social change. The Open Society Institute, as we know, became a major source of support for human rights and democracy in countries emerging from authoritarian rule. Under Aryeh's leadership, OSI pioneered the development of a system of international justice to hold accountable the perpetrators of war crimes and crimes against humanity in failed states like the former Yugoslavia and Rwanda. Working in every part of the globe, today the Open Society Foundations administer the world's largest private grant program to protect and improve the lives of people in marginalized communities, to implement initiatives advancing justice, education, public health, and independent media, and to strengthen the rule of law, democratic institutions, and civil societies that can keep government power in check. For all these extraordinary lifetime achievements, Aryeh Neier is awarded by Central European University the Open Society Prize of 2012. And the prize will be presented by the founder and honorary chairman of CEU, George Soros.
Thank you very much. It's very nice to be honored for being able to spend my career dealing with the issues that were most important to me and being able to have some influence upon them because I was associated with 3 institutions that addressed those issues. First, the American Civil Liberties Union, then Human Rights Watch, and then the Open Society Foundations. We live in a world today in which we recognize that very severe human rights abuses take place. The crimes that are being committed today in Syria exemplify the concern we have for the protection of human rights. But I think it's also worth recognizing that it is possible to have a significant impact on human rights abuses. As I look at you today and as I estimate the average age of the participants in this wonderful ceremony, I think back to the changes that have taken place in your lifetime. If I look back to that point when I think most of you were born, virtually every country in Latin America was a military dictatorship engaged in severe abuses of human rights. And since then, virtually all of them have been transformed into democracies, very often flawed democracies, but no longer committing those kinds of abuses. Something of the same sort has happened in parts of Asia, so that countries like South Korea and the Philippines and Taiwan and Indonesia were also military dictatorships at that time, and today they are democracies and they respect human rights. And of course, the Soviet Empire was still intact when virtually all of you were born, and there were only the communist regimes in this region. In Africa, there was perhaps one country at the time you were born that could have been considered a democracy that respected human rights, and today there are quite a large number of countries that have become democracies and that are generally respectful of human rights. And the transformations do not end. Only in the last few months we have seen a transformation in one of the most closed countries of the world. It's taking place before our eyes at this moment, and that is what is happening in Burma. And at this very moment, Aung San Suu Kyi is traveling around Europe being recognized for the struggle she has led for these many years for human rights in Burma. And it was not, of course, human rights advocates that were responsible for all of these changes, but human rights advocates played a significant part in bringing about the transformations that have taken place in many parts of the world. For those of you who might contemplate following the path that I traveled, there are great accomplishments ahead. There are many severe abuses of human rights still taking place in the world, but it is possible to have an impact on them, and I can tell you it's very satisfying indeed. Thank you very much.
and now ask our President and Rector, Professor John Shattuck, to deliver his concluding remarks.
I think you've been inspired by some examples, but I've been inspired by all of you, and I think so have all of the rest of us sitting up here, and certainly by our PhD graduates, in addition to all who are receiving degrees. I think the best thing I can do to help you proceed in the world is to liberate you to this beautiful day outdoors. We've all been sitting here for a long time, but I will give you one instruction, which I gave, or encouragement, shall I say, which I gave to many as I shook your hands these last 2 hours, and that is, go out and change the world. You can do it.
And now, a special moment has arrived for our graduates. Members of the class of 2012 with bachelor's and master's degrees, please rise. Put on your caps. As you may know, one more small ceremonial step remains. So in a moment, not yet, I will ask you to move the tassel on your cap from the right to the left. Everyone's got right, left? Which one? Yep. This symbolic gesture will formally identify you as a university graduate. Are you ready? Now, please, move your tassel to the left. Distinguished guests, colleagues, families, and friends, please join me in greeting the new members of Central European University class of 2012. Our ceremony has come to an end, and we are ready for the recessional. Please rise. Remain standing until the academic recessional is completed.